Hi, I'm Juicy, otherwise known as Abella Arthur. I've studied astrology for over 20 years. So far, one of the hardest parts of astrology to learn for me was aspect delineation. Aspect delineation is where you find meaning in, say, two planets connected to each other within a certain distance, which is called an orb. One typical and solid method of delineation is to find neutral keywords for one planet and connect it to neutral keywords to the other to create a simple phrase. Well, one night when I was tired, stressed, experiencing dyslexia, which for me means I swap words and letters, I was drawing a blank and finding meaning from a pair of planets with the traditional technique. Then my eyes suddenly swapped the domicile signs connected to each of the planets, and I discovered the JMAD swap technique. I'll demonstrate that a little bit later in the video. The JMAD swap technique, the juicy method of aspect delineation, supposes that if you swap the domicile and or co-ruler signs of each planet you want to delineate, you'll get an immediate picture of what the connection means without having to pull planet-to-planet keywords. As a student of astrology, before learning aspects, we learn how to combine planets and signs together, and which planets are in domicile, co-ruled, exalted, in fall, or detriment. So by the time we get to learning aspects, we already have an immediate knowing of what a sign in planetary domicile or co-ruler represents. Astrology is full of patterns, and the JMAD swap is just one more. So it makes sense to me to continue the teachings of planet to sign when delineating aspects, since there's already a solid foundation of understanding. By swapping the domicile or co-ruler signs, we are left with two planet sign combos that we can interpret as if it were the planet-to-planet combination. Whether we choose to use only one or both of the resulting planet sign combos is up to us. Either way, it will make sense in the final delineation process. So let's take a look at an example of delineation. Let's work with Venus and Mars. Venus and Mars. Planets, Venus and Mars. There we go. Okay. With the traditional method of planet-to-planet keyword delineation, we may get the planetary keyword for Venus as love, and for Mars, hot. So it delineates to hot love, or love is hot. Now let's use the JMAD swap technique. Which includes the sign, and we're going to be looking at the domicile sign, which is also known as home. So for Venus, that's Taurus, and for Mars, that's Aries. And now what we're going to do is we're going to swap the domicile signs. So we now have Venus Aries and Mars Taurus. And for the purposes of this video, we're going to use neutral or basic keywords for the JMAD swap technique. However, there's other ways of doing it as well. So for Venus, we see Aries, and a keyword to pull for Venus again is love. And for Aries, we're going to pull hot, or right here, sorry, hot for Aries. And looking at the Mars-Taurus combo, we'll use action for Mars, and the keyword for Taurus, sensual. So these two right here interpret to sensual action, and Venus Aries, these two right here interpret to hot love. So as can be seen or heard, it's as if we delineated planet to planet, which is the traditional method of delineation. So now we're going to add the co-ruler signs. So for Venus, that's Libra, and for Mars, Scorpio. We're going to do the JMAD swap technique. So now we have Venus, Scorpio, and Mars, Libra. For Venus, Scorpio, we could say sexy love. And for Mars, Libra, we could get active sweetness, perhaps suggesting a mating ritual. Now let's see what one of my favorite astrologers, Sue Tompkins, has to say about Venus Mars in her Aspects in Astrology a guide to understanding the planetary relationships in the horoscopes. Sue's keywords phrases are the romantic adventure, love and competition, romantic triangles, sexual love, assertion and compromise, putting energy into beauty, and fighting for money. In this instance, with the JMAD swap technique, we can arrive at a similar conclusion too. When we first learn astrology, we learn to connect the planets with the signs, and then we get to the delineation part, but then the signs suddenly drop, and we're asked to focus on the planets only in the delineation process. The JMAD swap brings the signs back into consciousness to gain further insight about connected planets. And we can choose to only look at one planet sign combination or both. Either way, enough insight about the planetary pairing can be found. Let's try one more planet-to-planet connection in aspect this time. Let's choose Mercury-Saturn. With the JMAD swap technique, we are selecting our domicile and co-ruler signs. So these are the domicile and the co-ruler signs. Swapping them, and now we have Mercury Capricorn, Mercury Aquarius, along with Saturn Gemini and Saturn Virgo. Let's choose the keyword for Mercury as communication and Saturn as serious. And the sign keywords for Capricorn, ambitious, Aquarius, humor, Gemini, facts, and Virgo, analysis. Let's take a closer look at our planet design delineation, the JMAD swap technique. We get with Mercury Capricorn, communication ambition or ambitious communication. With Mercury Aquarius, communication humor or humorous communication. With Saturn Gemini, serious facts, and Saturn Virgo, serious analysis. If we were to use the planet-to-planet traditional method of aspect delineation, we would have got serious communication. So I find the JMAD swap to be more robust as well. Now let's add a square with the keywords causes tension. And the aspect, the square aspect, is what we would consider a type of contact, otherwise known as aspect. So Mercury square Saturn would be like this, using the JMAD swap technique. Ambitious communication causes tension. Humorous communication causes tension. Serious facts causes tension. Serious analysis causes tension. Now let's change the aspect to a sextile with the keyword stimulates. So now we have ambitious communication stimulates, humorous communication stimulates, serious facts stimulates, and serious analysis stimulates. As with the planet-to-planet delineation, the JMAD swap is only a seed to full expression of planetary contacts or aspected planets. However, it is quick, easy, and meaningful to help you get to a fuller expression. I can be reached at blog.virgovault.com, where more aspect delineation techniques can be found, or on astroresponse.com, my consultation website. And please do let me know what you think of the JMAD swap technique. I'd be thrilled to read some of your examples as well.